Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube's history. This is Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe in what has to be a controversial matter. I cannot believe this is going to be happening, but it is. F4W Online is reporting that WWE has sent out a memo stating that Chris Benoit footage will be allowed on its new network broadcasts. However, there will be a warning played before every show that he appears on. Now, like I said, you can't erase Chris Benoit, the wrestler, from the WWE archive. DVDs and Blu-rays are starting to slowly bring him in, but, they don't say his name. They try to, take the camera angle away from him. You can't take away Chris Benoit's accomplishments and, everything that he has done. I mean, you look at past killers in this world over the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whatever you want to do. There's been biographies, there's been documentaries, there's been feature films, featuring killers, featuring mass murderers. I mean, here's the thing. Chris Benoit, the human being, you'll never ever forgive him. He should rot in hell. He should go to hell. Chris Benoit, the professional wrestler, one of the greatest people to know, one of the greatest in-ring technicians. Like I said, I always said that. Ever since I heard this story, ever since Chris Benoit did what he did, and will we truly ever really know what happened that fateful day? The bottom line is, I think this is probably a good move on the WWE's part. I mean, either way you look at it, the WWE is still going to catch a lot of criticism and a lot of hate for doing something like this. But this wouldn't be the first time that a sports organization recognizes somebody that has done something to this substantial. I mean, yeah, he killed his wife, killed his kid, then he killed himself. I mean, look at Hernandez right now, former New England Patriots player. Even though he didn't kill himself, I mean, there's a lot of, questions about who he killed and what he did and his past. But for Chris Benoit to be featured on WWE TV again, I think this is going to make a lot of wrestling fans happy, although it's going to be met with a lot of cries and a lot of criticism. But you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. And Chris Benoit, even though he'll never go into the Hall of Fame, he absolutely deserves to be featured because he had some of the greatest matches in WWE history. And that cannot never, ever be taken away. Subscribe.